Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. Today our group will present a comparative study between Emerald Technology Malaysia and Samsung Electronics. First, let's look at Emerald Technology Malaysia. This is a local, medium-sized company in the IT and digital services sector. It has grown rapidly because it understands customer needs, offers strong IT solutions, smooth system integration, and friendly customer service. These qualities build trust and loyalty, making Emerald a top choice in Malaysia. On the other hand, Samsung Electronics is a multinational giant from South Korea. It is globally recognized in electronics, semiconductors, and technology innovation. With its worldwide presence, Samsung not only leads the market but also set high standards in human resource management at the international level. We choose these two companies because they represent two different contexts, one local and medium size, the other global and large scale. This allows us to see how organizational culture, law, and strategy influence HR practices. For example, Emerald follow Malaysian labor law and local needs, while Samsung align with international standards, such as the ILO and UN Guiding Principle on Business and Human Rights. In our report, we focus on four HRM areas. First, training and development. Second, performance evaluation. Third, occupational safety and health. And lastly, employee right and discipline. By comparing these areas, we highlight the similarities, differences, strengths, and challenges faced by both companies. Overall, this study shows how company size, work culture, and legal requirements shape HR decision, giving us a clearer and more practical understanding of human resource management in different contexts.
Firstly, for employee rights and discipline, Emerald operates within Malaysian law, which is the Employment Act 1955, Industrial Relations Act 1967, guaranteeing fair wages, annual leave, medical benefits, and freedom to join unions. For discipline, Emerald uses a progressive system, which is firstly verbal warning, and then written warning, and then suspension, and then lastly, termination, with employees given the right to be heard. Discipline is tied to safety compliance and machine operation rules and PPE use. Emerald's grievance mechanism allows formal reporting without fear of retaliation, with HR mediators resolving disputes fairly. Samsung Electronics, on the other hand, Samsung aligns with international standards, UN guiding principles on business and human rights, UNGPS, ILO declaration, and OECD guidelines extending protections to employees, suppliers, and partners. Samsung's discipline approach emphasizes prevention over punishment through training and awareness, fostering mutual respect. Human rights champions in subsidiaries ensure consistency across cultures. Samsung's global grievance resolution policy ensures safe reporting without retaliation. Since 2018, 95.7% of employees completed annual human rights training covering workplace respect, employee rights, and collective bargaining. For training and development, Emerald's approach is tactical and project based, emphasizing technical competence in IT services through practical, hands on methods linked to business needs. Training includes technical skills such as cybersecurity, cloud certifications, and soft skills on the job training with real jobs and vendor partnerships such as Microsoft, Cisco, and Huawei. Methods rely on classroom workshops, mentoring, and project based learning. Training needs analysis is conducted annually. Evaluation uses feedback forms and supervisor observation. The strengths are agile, adaptable training, strong IT certification focus, and practical learning. Next, Samsung. Samsung's approach is strategic and long term. The Samsung HR division creates a learning organization emphasizing long term talent development and global mobility. Samsung invests in corporate learning centers, including the world class ACE HRDC in South Korea. Samsung offers technical manufacturing training, leadership programs such as GAP, Samsung MBA, global mobility training, and Samsung U Learning, a 24/7 online platform. Methods include global learning centers with simulations, job rotations, which is around 12 to 24 months, blended learning, and AI-based learning analytics. Training evaluation uses the Kirkpatrick model, measuring ROI and behavior change.
Furthermore, in terms of performance evaluation, Emerald conducts annual appraisals in December, mid-year reviews in June, and probationary reviews at 3 to 6 months. A 5-point rating scale from outstanding to unsatisfactory is used. Performance is weighted as in 40% is in goal achievement, 30% is in core competencies, and 30% behavioral competencies, and finally 10% is in safety performance. This review process includes self-assessment, KPI data, confidential 90 minutes discussion, and evidence-based feedback. Records are retained for 7 years per application law.
Additionally, Samsung conducts evaluation twice annually using a dual focus approach. First, achievement evaluation measures goal attainment set by employees, and second, competency evaluation assesses capabilities and potential. The result use an ABCD grading system, which directly impacting promotions, bonuses, and career development. All assessments are computerized, eliminating bias and ensuring consistency. Samsung also emphasizes two-way communication through frequent coaching sessions, which is 2 to 3 times annually, and peer reviews. In the aspect of occupational safety and health (OSH), Emerald implements a robust multi-level OSH system for electronic manufacturing and aerospace sectors. First, in the ASD control, They require a mandatory training, PPE, including wrist straps, heel grounders, ESD footwear, daily checks, quarterly audits, and ASI standards. Second, in chemical safety, they need a specialized training for solder, flux, and cleaning agents, SDS in English and Bahasa Malaysia, film extraction systems, and ROHS update. Third, in machinery and equipment, they prioritize the lockout and tag-out procedures, machine guards, radiation safety for X-ray systems. Fourth, in electrical safety, they only need certified technicians, arc flash assessments, proper grounding, and live dead live voltage testing. Fifth, in fire safety, they require a fire prevention item such as sprinklers. Samsung, on the other hand, maintains comprehensive globally integrated OSH with all production sites holding ISO 451001 certifications as of 2024. A proactive risk assessment systems will identify hazards in advance. For dedicated infrastructure, there require specialized safety departments at each site. Risk assessment expert training in 2024 for 3,121 employees. The No Safety No Work initiative identified over 10,000 of potential risks. Second, emergency preparedness. They regularly use CPR and AED training. 334 fire drills in 2024, 24/7 fire and chemical response team, and 24 hours per year for chemical safety training. Next, for health and wellness, Samsung Health Research Institute, SHRI, and then they also provide 17 life coaching centers in Korea, 13 mental health clinics, online counseling, chronic diseases, management with wearable monitors, fitness centers, and lastly, medical dental service. And finally, for their
First, both companies share several key similarities. They strongly prioritize continual learning to ensure employees keep up with rapidly changing technology. Learning is viewed as a long-term investment, and both allocate resources to support employee development. They also integrate technology-based training methods such as e-learning, digital tools, and simulation. Both companies use methods learning where experienced staff guides employers. They emphasize soft skills such as communication, teamwork, and adaptability. In addition, both organizations promote a positive learning culture that encourage employees to participate, ask questions, and take ownership of their growth. Finally, they focus on long-term staff development through concept skill. Moving on to strength and technology stand out of an experiential learning approach using an on-job training, mentoring, and real project exposure. The practical methods are cost-effective and suitable for medium-sized firms. They also treat conflict with Malaysian labour law and apply a progressive discipline system that protect employees' rights. Emerald use structured performance review with clear KPIs and maintain strong safety practice such as ESD training, Bluetooth procedure, and regular health checks. Samsung, on the other hand, demonstrates strength through the application of advanced HRM theories such as Kirkpatrick model. They offer comprehensive global training, including simulation technology and leadership. Samsung follow international labels standard and provide a global mechanism. Performance evaluation is highly data-driven, supported by ABCD grading system and soft goal setting. Samsung also link performance directly to reward and practice a world-class OSH system with 001 certificate and 24 hours emergency response.
Most of their weakness come for their smaller size and limited resource. Because of the training budget is quite limited, so they cannot invest its advanced training technology or external certification. They also don't have a long-term employee development plan, and their training evaluation is very basic with little measurement of actual result. Their performance evaluation remain traditional and not strongly data-driven. In terms of safety, Emirate OSH practice are good locally but still lack international certifications such as ISO 4501. Second is Samsung Electronic. For Samsung, the weaknesses are slightly different. Since their training environment is highly competitive, employees may feel pressure. Their global training module may not always match the culture or needs to local subsidies. For the comparison between Emirate Technology and Samsung Electronic, the difference can be seen clearly across all HR areas. First, overall HR approach, Emirate use a local comprehensive-based HR system that mainly follow Malaysian regulation. Meanwhile, Samsung operate using a global and standardized HR framework that align with international guidelines. Second is employee right and discipline. Emirate depend on Malaysian labour law and use a traditional discipline progress. Their grievance handling is done only through the Penang HR office. Samsung, on the other hand, follow global standards like UNGP and OECD, provide annual human rights training, and use a global grievance platform that is more transparent and consistent across countries.
Based on these comparisons, we can see that both Emerald and Samsung manage their HR practices effectively but in different ways. Emerald focuses more on flexibility, strong employee relationship, and following local labour laws. On the other hand, Samsung uses more structured HR system and global standard. There is no perfect HR model because the effectiveness depends on the organization needs and environment. Overall, both companies can learn from each other to improve their long-term performance and employee satisfaction. Both companies should focus on improving employee development and workplace practices. They should create long-term training and career development plans to help employees grow. Using digital learning platform can make training more interactive and effective. Companies should also improve performance evaluations by giving regular feedback and using data
to make fair decisions. Besides that, strengthening employee rights and workplace safety is important. Lastly, they should invest in soft skills such as communication, leadership, and mental well-being to build a positive and supportive work environment.